It was a history course devoted to thinking historically about the present. I started off the semester with a series of lectures. I think it was 3 or 4 lectures that were just devoted to the vulnerabilities of American democracy. And I just talked about the ways democracy is imperiled right now and why that is so, and the kind of challenges that we face if we're ever going to make the ideal of true democracy come true. It isn't as though there's a golden age in which democracy was working and now it is not. It is just an unfulfilled ideal, and that's the most historically accurate, but also the philosophically significant way to think about it. But it is also true that there have been some departures in recent years and that we are newly imperiled by things like the Citizens United decision, the world that has created, things like the current administration and the ways in which norms and institutions are under assault, purposely so, and the way in which some untold percentage of our polity has turned their back on the ideal of democracy itself and has gone after one-party rule model. So we are uniquely imperiled, I think, at this moment. Rather than a standard history course that kind of narrated our way through the 20th and on into the 21st century, it was posed as a series of excavations that went backwards in time rather than forward. So we always started with the right now and kind of looped backward to think through a different set of problems about how to situate ourselves historically in the moment that we're in. It was articulated as a series of post-periods. So the post-Trump, post-Obama, post-9/11, post-neoliberalism, post-Reagan, post-civil rights, post-second wave feminism, like that, back to the Great Depression and the New Deal. But each week pausing over our present and thinking about how these things still affect where we are and account for the landscapes around us, both the literal landscape and the social landscape and the political landscape, and devoting some time to a standard historical lecture on the thing itself, whether that's neoliberalism or the Great Depression, but always looping back to the present and helping students understand this is how we still see these historical developments refracted in our own moment, and this is their legacy all around us, and this is the past that the present is made of. I said it was an experiment. I'm thinking it was a successful one. I was very happy with it, and I know students were, and they brought a real energy and commitment to it that was unusual for a big lecture class like that. And this is a generation who really came of age and came to consciousness under Obama, a very keenly felt sense of crisis around the Trump administration and what it means, and the assaults on mores, the assaults on norms, the assault on institutions, the assault on decency, all of those things, I think, for them are a really keenly felt crisis. So I'll be teaching it again, whatever the right now happens to be by the time I get around to teaching it next time.